What is up, you guys? Today, we are looking back at all the Star Wars media because Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out this month. It is officially May, Star Wars month. And today, we're looking at the first three movies a long time ago in a galaxy far away. And by the first three, I mean the prequel trilogy. Now, like I said, I am reviewing all the Star Wars media. Hopefully, as of right now, I want to focus on the movies. I'm going to be splitting this up within the upcoming month before Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm starting off with the prequels, so episode 1, 2, and 3, then the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, then the sequel trilogy, 7, 8, and 9, and then I want to make a video of the spin-off movies, so that will be the Clone Wars animated movie, Rogue One, and Solo. So 12 movies in total. Hopefully we can also review Mandalorian, the TV show, beforehand. But before we get into today's video, guys, please like the video. It helps boost the algorithm. And subscribe, please. We're trying to get to 1,200 by the end of the year. Please subscribe. Let's right now focus on the prequels, starting back with episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I am wearing a Killer Clowns from Outer Space t-shirt underneath this. Should have worn a pure black t-shirt. But you know what? Just wanted to tell you guys in case we see the clown. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I feel like The Phantom Menace gets such a bad rap. I am a person who actually grew up on the prequel trilogy and not watching Clone Wars, actually. I never watched Clone Wars until just recently because I rewatched all the Star Wars movies, TV shows, everything in preparation for Mandalorian and Grogu, and that included Clone Wars for the first time. I was always intimidated with Clone Wars. I never wanted to give it a shot, but I finally did, and honestly, it made my love for the prequels so much better. So I grew up with the prequels, mainly episode 3 being a big influence in my life as a child. Watching episode 1, it always brings me back to when I was a younger kid, and just, I don't know, I love watching this movie. It explores Anakin Skywalker as a young kid, and I always feel bad for him because the general audience and people around that time were so mean to him, the actor who plays young Anakin Skywalker, because this movie's acting, I will admit, the prequels themselves, the acting is a little rough at times. I will say I think Hayden Christensen is really well as Anakin Skywalker, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, is probably the best actor within this trilogy. Ewan McGregor is obviously a younger Obi-Wan Kenobi in this. He's not his shining star self. That is until episode 2 and 3. We follow Qui-Gon Jinn teaching Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're both Jedi trying to go throughout this adventure. This is at the age of the Republic where Jedi were all roaming around the galaxy. And Anakin Skywalker was a slave on Tatooine. They go to Tatooine, they interact with him, and realize that this young kid is actually a very charismatic child and contains so much of the Force within him. I forget the word. Is it metachlorians? Something like that. That's what basically counts up how much power you have of control of the Force. And it is revealed that this child has the most out of anyone, I think. He is the gifted one. He is literally the chosen one. And that's why, I don't know, I really like that part of this movie. What I love about this movie is, honestly, the pod racing sequence. I think the pod racing sequence is one of my favorite parts within the original trilogy of the prequels. It is such a fascinating and fun time. I know that I feel like each trilogy has their own uniqueness about them, and the way this visually looks, this trilogy, it is extremely CGI heavy compared to all the other ones, or the other two trilogies. This one is when CGI was first discovered and wonky, and at times the creatures look weird, like Jar Jar Binks. I think at times, yeah, the CGI looks wonky with all the different creatures, but in general, I find it really fascinating and fun. I really like when Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi are going under the water looking for all the different sea creatures. But like I said, I think the pod racing sequence is fun, and obviously the Phantom Menace being Darth Maul in this movie looks awesome. The Duel of Fates sequence is awesome too. It's one of my favorite. It's in the top 10 Star Wars fight scenes, I think. I gotta rank those too. That'll be a video maybe too. Their fight sequence is awesome between Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Darth Maul, and that is obviously when Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon Jinn. But Darth Maul doesn't get a lot in this movie. This is only his only movie appearance ever. He's only in ever TV shows, and that sucks. He's also got a TV show going on right now, which I plan on reviewing, But I love Darth Maul as a character, and before ever seeing Clone Wars or anything, I always thought Darth Maul was fascinating, and this is the only movie I saw him in, and I always wanted more from him. I'm so glad they did him justice in Rebels and in Clone Wars, because as a character, we really don't know what he looks or what he is, who he is, but he is awesome when he's on screen. Young Anakin Skywalker, I think he's charismatic. I think he's charming. He's fun. And this movie, honestly, is just a really fun time. And for me, The Phantom Menace is an 82 out of 100. Moving on. Moving on into The Attack of the Clones. Arguably the most controversial Star Wars movie. That's not even true. I would say this is like the second most controversial maybe the third most controversial Star Wars movie. I don't know, it's controversial. Attack of the Clones gets a bad rap due to the acting in this film between obviously Natalie Portman as Padme and Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. We see, I think it's a 10-year time jump where Anakin's a little bit older now. Obi-Wan's teaching him. We're going through Count Dooku and stuff like that. I think that this movie is really interesting because it explores the relationship, obviously the romance between Anakin and Padme, which I think their romance scenes are fine. I honestly like it's cute, but the acting in it is pretty bad. This is the movie that we get. I hate sand. It gets everywhere. Padme, you're way older than me, but you're so dang hot. That really happens. Yeah. This movie, though, I think it gets its bad rap. I think Obi-Wan going after or examining the clones, seeing what the clones are, is really fascinating to me. I think the whole behind the scenes of the Republic and learning about the governmental status of the Senate within this, because the prequels, honestly, is where we get the most governmental stuff within Star Wars, excluding Andor or Rogue One. We don't really get much of, like, Galactic Empire, or not Empire, Galactic Senate and stuff like that within the sequels or the original trilogy at all. And I think it's really fun to see like how pre-Empire and Republic era this movie really explores it. This movie is the most governmental film of the bunch. So I think it gets a bad rap. I think the whole prequels get a bad rap, and this movie isn't bad. I think it's actually really fun, and for me, it's a 65 out of 100. I think it's really fine. I think it's good. I think Anakin Skywalker is really fun in it. Him going against Count Dooku is interesting. It's cool. The Count Dooku versus Yoda sequence is awesome. Also, the whole ending to this movie, where I think this is the movie. Yes, it is. It is where Mace Windu's in this, and we see like the whole fight sequence with there's like these mystical beasts, right? And they're going after Padme and Anakin and Obi-Wan. And we see like all the creatures and stuff, and they're fighting them in like this arena, kind of like a gladiator sequence. It's fun. It's cool. I think it's awesome. And this is also where we get to see Boba Fett's really origin story, because it's Jango Fett versus Obi-Wan throughout the film, and we see Jango Fett's the DNA replicant of all the clones, and this is Boba Fett's origin, trying to get revenge for his father's death. I like it. Like I said, I think it's like a 65, 66 out of 100 for me. Moving on to episode 3. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. One of the greatest science fiction movies ever made. Dude, you can say what you want. I saw this in theaters, I feel like, what was it? I think it might have been last year? Yeah. This movie came out when I was born, dude, and I freaking love it. This movie explores, like I said, the Senate, and we see Anakin much older. He's with Padme, and they reveal that they're pregnant. They're gonna have kids. And the whole movie, you're like, oh, Anakin, you're such like an awesome Jedi. Like, he was really cool. But then you see he goes after Dooku. He does the just like, that shouldn't have happened. And we see Palpatine. Do it for me. Anakin, do it. This movie's so quotable. This and Spider-Man 3 are two of my most quotable movies of all time. And slowly we see Anakin turn, and it's to the point where he goes after the younglings, and we see Order 66 take place, because at the same time, this is also taking place within the last season of Clone Wars, and we see Darth Maul and Ahsoka having their own thing, which I'm not going to talk about here. That's I might do a Clone Wars review, but that's also awesome. Like I would love to see a whole 4-hour cut or whatever it is cut of this movie with those episodes interlinked, because at the same time as this is happening, the last like 4 episodes of the last season are happening as well. And I think that would be really cool to see side by side. But I love seeing Obi-Wan in here. Obi-Wan going after Grievous in the first season with the hello there and General Kenobi. Hello there. And then obviously we gotta talk about the whole ending fight sequence. This movie is a masterpiece because of its last like 35 minutes. This is the greatest fight sequence of all fiction. It could be of all fiction. The visuals, the score, the acting, just everything. The brotherly love that Obi-Wan and Anakin share throughout this trilogy. And then it goes into this massive fight sequence, this space opera. It's so fantastic and fascinating. Seeing them go on this lava planet and strike each other, spewing lines of pure poetry that I feel like every single Gen Z person knows by heart. Even if you don't know Star Wars, like, everyone knows those lines, I feel like. I have brought peace, freedom, and justice to my new empire. Your new empire. Dude, I could literally spit bars this whole video, just quoting this film. But this whole thing leading up to, obviously, we see Anakin turn into Darth Vader, which is pure cinema. Seeing the Darth Vader mask go on him and him slowly rise up and shout out, "No!" Cinema. Cinematic. I absolutely adore this movie. I love it. I'm giving this movie a 97 out of 100. It's so good. And it's not even my favorite Star Wars movie. It's in the top 3, though. But, dude, this movie's fantastic. So those are my thoughts on the prequel trilogy. I only quickly talked about them. I didn't go really in depth with them. But I can't wait to watch the new Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm so excited to see Star Wars back in theaters. I'm a little anxious for Mandalorian and Grogu. But what did you guys think of the trilogy, the prequel trilogy? What is your favorite prequel trilogy movie? What is your favorite Star Wars movie? Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for Mandalorian and Grogu? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure you like it. If you really like it, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to see future videos like this, make sure to ring the bell in the description down below. Oh, a little bit of a voice crack there. Movie nerd out. May the Force be with you.